It is your king seat matchup. Leonard Gates taking on Kenny Doyle in this one, and both have been playing well. I'm excited to see who comes out on top in this one and guarantees a chance at $2,500. There we go. It has kind of been interesting. Kenny's been opening up this week and just kind of enjoying himself, and I think the $2,500 kind of got him a little excited.
Oh, absolutely.
What an opener from Leonard Gates. About as good as it can get.
Yeah, throwing some great stuff there. Kenny just, what has set him apart is, again, we talked about it at the beginning of Friday, we were like, man, his doubles are a little bit more off than normal. I don't know if the darting spirit possessed them, but ever since then, he's been hitting more ton-plus checkouts than probably any other player we've seen on the stream. Michael Ross says it best. It ought to be a slobber knocker. Kate's playing good right now. You can see Kenny kind of mouth to himself there. He said, come on. Trying to get himself a little amped up. He knows he needs to leave a finish here.
Well, he did say, I'm going to have to tighten this up a little bit. I don't know how Leonard's playing, but probably good.
If they're at this point in the bracket, you would have to imagine, right?
Yep. If you make it to this point in the bracket, you got to be doing something right.
A little bit of an opening there. 1-2-1's definitely not where he wanted to get it to, so kind of handing the opportunity back to Kenny to try to put some pressure on this by getting a good setup here. How will Kenny Doyle handle this, though? And what will he do to put some pressure on the throw of Gates? One more trip 20 at least. Yeah, I mean, 120, the Shanghai, is not a bad leave, obviously. But you kind of wanted to make Gates feel like he had to hit the 1-2-1 and maybe try to play a little bit of that mental aspect of it all. And again, Gates says, watch this. Double 14. How about that from LG? 1-2-1 finish there for Leonard Gates on leg number one and a break of throw against Kenny Doyle. Good stuff there from Leonard. Kenny Doyle to start leg number two here, and he's going to have to try to start a little bit stronger here, knowing that if Gates throws like that, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. But Kenny, of course, playing at that high gear as well.
That was some good stuff from LG. From Gator.
Gator don't play.
It was a good round from Kenny. Starts us off with a low ton.
Oh, and there you go. That's going to be the opener there. Kind of the inverse of what we just saw in the previous leg. Kenny knows he has to press here. Going to look for at least 100 minimum. Try to expand that gap and force some perfection out of Gates. Oh.
Yeah, not around to do this. And that is somewhat of a door opener here.
It is absolutely a door opener. At this level, if you're not shooting at least 60, 80 points around at minimum, you feel like it was wasted darts almost.
And Gates would want it a little bit more from that. 81 is a good turn, but not enough to take full advantage here.
That's a good mark for Kenny. Oh, he kind of just overthrew that dart there, and not nearly as high as it was earlier. You can see the eye roll as he knows it's a little bit of fatigue showing. Update on our master side, it looks like Brandon Press did end up beating Austin Braswell and is now going to be going up against Dustin Holt there in the top six. Then we got Brett Hollanday and Garrett Rakowski on your other side of the top six.
Oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy?
That's Garrett Rakowski's friend.
Is this Steve Hilger in the top two? Fighting for the hill?
Hilger on the hill?
Versus
Almost.
Nick West. There's your final 6. Porky can't believe it. He's sitting right next to us going, saying, what? That's for the hill? He says, I'm old. I can't do that.
Both these players definitely cooling off from their standard of the last one. Back to back to back to back openers, it feels like, for each guy here. It's about who capitalizes on it first.
So pretty much, folks, we're going to end pretty identical on times here.
Last start there from Kenny. Really want to find at least one more trip, but down to the 136, so in his range. And I say that because we've seen him hit a 124, a 121. We've seen him hit a 167. We've seen him hit a 136 already as well. So Kenny Doyle absolutely in his wheelhouse of outs, but how many times can he rely on these big must-hit checkouts? We're going to find out because Gates put the pressure by asking the question after hitting a 180 there.
That's a big turn, leaving 57 and putting the pressure on this 136.
We've seen him hit it once.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. Oh, and he pulls it inside. He pulls inside. He knows that he was not happy with that dart.
That would have been his second streamed 136 of the weekend. Instead, it's going to go to Gates
for 57.
2-dart checkout.
Not yet. Okay, yet.
Yeah, Kenny kind of sensed that one was coming. Leonard Gates, your king seat holder here.
2 straight there, and Kenny Doyle going to be kicking himself because he felt like he gave some opportunities there, but he's still absolutely in the fray of it all.